This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Taylor versus Caldwell. You all are engaged, have been in your relationship for 6 years. You have 2 children together. But allegations of cheating have put your wedding on ice. Miss Taylor, tell me why you're here.
We've been together 6 years, have 2 kids. He's my everything, Your Honor. And I just want the truth. I just need the truth.
I'm always being honest with you. Always being honest.
All right,
You
Mr.
just don't believe
Caldwell,
me.
you're here. Why are you here?
I'm here to prove I'm not cheating.
All right.
So all of this is just in her head?
In her head. In her head.
She's just making it up.
I'm making it up.
And you haven't done anything?
I've probably done a few things that probably...
Oh, wait a minute.
No. I've probably done a few things to make her think that. Staying out late, hanging out with the guys, the fellas, a little bit over the time. And that's about it, Some women, they always think that men are doing something out there.
Right.
So.
No, don't write me.
Right.
So that's the only thing you've done is hang out with the fellas a little late.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. You know when it smells bad, it probably is bad, Mr. Cutler.
You smell it?
What I want to know is why you believe he's cheating right now.
For starters, dating app or whatever. And I went through his phone. I have his code. I went through his phone, and I saw women that he was talking to, and he slick do it. It goes, he's, how you can put in your zip code?
Yeah.
So he does it near his job. And so when he's at work, okay?
Ask for your location. What you expect me to do?
Why are you on a dating app when you have a fiancé?
I work, long hours, and when I come home from work, I want to be, some attention. She's sitting on the couch, looking at her phone, FaceTiming with her friends, not paying me no attention.
You're not at home, you at work.
Same reason, she don't give me no attention. She won't call me, check on me, or anything.
So, Miss Taylor, you submitted your recollections of those conversations from the dating app, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, so right here you saw where Mr. Caldwell said, hey, how you doing? And
How she's doing, Charles?
So on the second one, he says, hey, can I take you out to lunch? Okay, did you ask a woman about taking her out to lunch?
It's just a response. Women like to go to lunch, so I thought it would be a quick response.
Okay.
It's just a quick response, anything, attention.
And so she said yes, what were you gonna do?
I would just probably not talk to her no more. I'll move on to the next woman just to get attention, just to, this woman will respond.
So you mean to
And
tell
that
me you didn't took
smart.
the time to find a woman and ask her to lunch, and then she says yes, and you go to the next one? That's what you want to tell the court?
That's it, yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
That makes sense.
Well, the
Yeah.
third message, you say, good morning, beautiful.
Oh, and it
Three
was
different
roses.
women.
It was roses, little kisses, hearts, and stuff too. So,
At work, and this ain't got nothing to do with hanging out with the boys.
no.
So this is why she thinks you cheating right here.
I understand. That's why I said a little stuff that I do might make her think that, but
Have you ever met up with any of these women?
no, Your Honor.
You have not had any interaction with them besides these messages. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're telling this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't think he understands. Like, he don't get it that you out of order. He act like I'm tripping, making up something, And so I do
School
want
him.
people to know.
I understand. I am
Mr. Cutler,
sorry.
help him understand why
I
this
am-
is wrong from a man's perspective. Talk to this man.
It's wrong on so many levels. First of all, you're out there looking when you have somebody, but then you're involved in somebody else's feelings. They don't know that you're in a relationship. You're stringing them along, and so now you've brought an innocent party in to your gamesmanship because you're just like, well, she's not paying me any attention. I just want to throw it out there, see what happens, and then when I get a hook, I'm gonna just let it go. It's wrong on a lot of levels. Ms. Taylor, what other evidence do you have?
I don't think he knew that, you can do, where's my iPhone, and I can track you. So,
Man, she's got all the tricks.
No
boy.
doubt.
She's going to his phone, she's tracking him.
yes, Your Honor, and I actually have evidence
Okay.
of it. If
Would
I
you
can
cross
tell
over to the monitor, please?
Yes, thank you. Evidence. All right, so basically, like I said, I was just at home, chilling, been gone for a minute. I track him, it's like I see it, it's like probably 5 to 7 minutes from my home. So I get in my car and I go there. So
Of course you did.
Right. See, his car is inside. It's in a driveway. So I just pulled by the driveway. There's a car, and I took a picture so that he couldn't deny it. That he was there, okay? So I'm just sitting there, and he finally probably noticed me or something, and a girl, the door opened, and a woman hops out of his car.
Yeah, but...
But what? A woman jumps out the car, okay. Then he take off. First off, the girl talking crazy.
I did not
but it's
take
nothing
off.
to do.
I just...
Hold on, Mr. Caldwell.
Charles, you took off. You took off. I followed him for probably like 5-10 minutes, and he just, eluded me. So I went home, and that was the end of it. I never said anything else.
You didn't say anything when he came home?
I mean, what was it to say? He's driving off on me. What do you say to that? I mean,
So
I saw you with a girl out your car.
Because she know I wasn't doing anything.
Okay, if you'll step back from the podium. Mr. Caldwell.
What does that look like?
It does look bad. It does look
Really?
bad.
You think it does?
It did look bad,
Is this a woman you've been intimate with that was in the car?
No, Your Honor, no.
Who is this woman to you?
Just a friend I just met around the neighborhood,
Uh-huh. Have you ever introduced her to your fiancé?
No,
Did she know you had a fiancé?
Yes.
Okay, so she
No,
knew.
did she know before she showed up?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's real hesitant
Right.
about
Yeah.
that. He's like,
Oh, wait a minute.
why you run away?
I didn't run.
Why do you drive away?
I drove away just for the respect for her, just to get home, to get home and explain to her what's
She was there. Why did you have to go home
Yeah.
to explain to her when she was already there? So we've got him on a dating app. We've got him with women in his car. Have you ever found anything that makes you think he's cheating?
Sure, okay, so he has a man cave. So one particular day, I'm just sitting there, and something out the corner of my eye I catch is a bag, like a big bag of condoms.
Okay.
Okay, and you submitted a photo of that to the court, is that correct?
Yes.
So you found this large bag of condoms.
You all don't use condoms?
No.
Okay, we had our first child, and then we had our second child, and we said we just want to, calm things down, practice safe sex, prevent having more kids. So I said, hey, let's buy some.
Okay.
So that's what I went for.
All right.
I do have evidence.
But your fiance says that you all don't use them anymore.
And I bought them off her account.
Okay. Ron, would you grab that for us, please? And what does this show?
It shows the receipt from the purchase.
This receipt only shows that you purchased them. It doesn't say that you weren't planning to use them with somebody else. This just shows that you purchased them, which you don't deny. So who are you planning to use these condoms with? That's the question.
It was with her, Your Honor.
I've never. First off, I wouldn't even use that because they generic looking as hell. So no. You wouldn't have put that on it. No.
Carla, I think we have enough evidence.
What we got?
He was found to have a dating app on his phone, and he's using that dating app to contact women from work while he's at work. Ms. Taylor has tracked him down using the GPS built into their phones, pulls up, he realizes she's sitting there. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall. And he says, yeah, that's my fiance. She jumps out the car, and then she gonna come over and talk trash, and he speeds off. Now, what I don't understand, and I gotta give her some credit, is that when he got home, she didn't say nothing. Because we've had folks in our courtroom that it would have been on and
popping.
On and popping.
On and popping.
And then
It's
the
gonna be
final
on
thing
and popping
is
if
a
you just
giant bag of condoms. She says we don't use condoms, don't need condoms, and if she was using them, she wouldn't be using the generic stuff he had in the bag. And for all of these reasons, Miss Taylor believes that Mr. Caldwell is cheating.
And if she finds out that he's cheating, she says she's done. She's gonna break off their engagement.
Over.
She is through with the relationship, no wedding.
Over.
Over. This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court would like to hear from licensed private investigator Eric Eccles to determine, is he cheating? Ron, please escort Mr. Eccles into the courtroom. Mr. Eccles.
Good day, Mr. Eccles.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Mr. Echols, could you please tell us what you and your team did to investigate this case?
Yes, Your Honor. First, we used a license plate tracker and tracked Mr. Caldwell's vehicle for a period of 90 days, identifying various times and locations.
Did you find anything interesting while you were tracking him?
Yes, there was one particular day where we tracked Mr. Caldwell's vehicle to an apartment complex where his vehicle was parked for 52 minutes. We then identified the apartment and found out that a woman lived there.
Oh.
We found out that the woman was the plaintiff.
Okay.
What did your team do to further investigate?
I then did what's called mobile covert surveillance, where over the past week, I tracked Mr. Caldwell's vehicle. I tracked the subject getting out of a vehicle. He had passengers in the vehicle with him, and I got them coming out of a store.
Did you see anything suspicious?
He was actually in the car with 2 male passengers, and nothing suspicious was going on.
Well, to continue our complete investigation of this matter, we had a polygraph examination conducted of the defendant, Mr. Caldwell. Ron, would you please escort in Mr. Kendall Schull, licensed polygraph examiner and investigator?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Schull, good day.
Good day.
Good to see
Your
you.
Honor. Good to see you, Your Honor.
You look nervous, Mr. Caldwell. Are you nervous? A little bit?
More.
You conducted a polygraph examination of Mr. Caldwell, is that correct?
I did, Your Honor.
Mr. Caldwell was asked, have you ever had physical sexual contact with anyone from the dating app in the last 6 years since you've been in a relationship with Ms. Taylor? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor, but he did make an admission. Mr. Caldwell did admit to talking to and discussing getting together with another woman, but he never did. He also admitted that he had sent sexual messages to other women.
All right.
So, Mr. Caldwell, who were you trying to get with?
I wasn't trying to get with anybody. It was just the conversation throughout the site, just getting interested into the conversation. But I cut it off at certain points of the conversation.
Have you tried to make or set up a date or plans with other women? That's a yes or no question.
No, Your Honor.
So why you admitted to him?
You got something else to say. What
Right,
is it?
yeah.
It was just allegations on.
Making plans. Yeah, I'd like to get with you. I'd like to be with you. We should hook up, that kind of thing. It did get at least that far, right?
Yes, just talking.
Okay, you might not have picked out a specific date and
No.
place, but you at least got that far where you're talking about, yeah, this should happen.
Yes.
You know, once you start thinking it, it's not very far to push you to doing it. You do understand that.
I understand, Your Honor, but I have very good control. So.
Ms. Taylor, as you hear this,
Did he just tell me he has control? Did he just say that out loud to me?
he did.
Okay,
He's got control of the whole situation.
All right, let's go on.
Mr. Shaw, Mr. Caldwell was asked, during your 6-year relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your fiancée, Erica Taylor?
Okay.
What was his response to that question?
I will kill.
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Wow. Okay, Charles.
After he answered this question, he did want to explain. He has had sex with one woman just about 2 weeks after meeting Miss Taylor, but that she knows about that woman.
Okay.
However, this does not rule out the possibility that he may have had sex with other women that Miss Taylor is unaware of.
Mr. Caldwell, you've got a 6-year relationship with this woman on the line. If you've got any hope of saving this relationship, now is your chance to come clean.
And be honest. No, I'm not playing with you.
I only been with who she knows about.
We know about that one. We're talking about the other instances.
Because, Charles, you lied, okay? Now go ahead and say what you did. I mean, for real.
Have you been with other women? That's a yes or no question.
Yes, that's true.
All right. All right. What happened?
The fellas we having drinks and partying, so, you know, we just...
So you were out with the boys, woman, and you stepped out of your relationship?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's the only time?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't believe that either. And I can't believe it. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, I love you, and it'll never happen again.
Ms. Taylor, you came here for answers. They are not the answers you probably wanted to hear. I want to know, what is it that you're thinking right now that you want to do?
I don't know, Your Honor. I'm just hurt. I'm in shock. Like,
Sorry.
It's just not what I'd want to. That's not what I was expecting. You don't. Ugh.
You all are recently married. You married a man 10 years your junior, and you believe he may be playing games with your heart. Miss Jackson, please tell me why you're here today.
Well, Your Honor, our marriage is on the line.
Okay.
I think he's cheating on me
Okay.
with his ex-wife and multiple other women. I've been holding back on sex from him for a while, you know, and I'm not gonna change my last name into Johnson until I find out if he's cheating on me today or not.
Mr. Johnson, sounds like you're trying to have your cake and eat it too.
No, Your Honor. I love my wife. My wife has always been there for me. She's been there for me through everything I've been through, and, you know, I've just been trying to do everything I can to salvage our relationship.
Okay. Miss Jackson, it hasn't always been like this. Tell me how you two met.
We got married 4 days after his divorce.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, like, you went from one, oh. So you got divorced, Mr. Johnson, on June 10th, and you got married June 14th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all ain't been married but about 15 minutes and y'all here with me?
It's just that after, you know, he moved in with me in October of 2018, you know, we was having some back and forth with his ex-wife.
Okay.
You know, she started sending me all type of sexual explicit messages. She's saying that, you know, Martez couldn't possibly want to be with me because of the things he said that, you know, he wanted to do with her.
And Ms. Jackson, you actually submitted your recollection of that text exchange between your husband and his ex-wife, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson writes, "Can I come over? Want to blank your blank?"
No, Marty, I'm done with that.
Please, you know I love you. I want and need you.
Yeah.
And he's still having this exchange with his ex-wife.
Yeah, that's what she was telling me.
Your Honor, those
Mr. Johnson,
texts,
tell me about these texts that you sent to your ex-wife.
those texts were fake. All of those texts, she has an app that she developed, and she placed my number in there and screenshot it, and you just put in whatever you wanted to say or whatever, and she sent it to her. When she sent it to her, everything just went to hell.
And why would she do that?
I feel like she's bitter and mad about the divorce because she never thought I would do it. That's why I feel like she would do that.
Ms. Jackson, how long did it take him to tell you that he was married?
A couple of months. It was a couple of months.
You didn't lead off with that?
No, Your Honor.
Why not? Why would you deceive this woman, then string her along, only to a couple months later just drop the bomb on her?
Well, Your Honor, at that time, all I wanted was the divorce, and she said as long as she can keep the house where she was, then that's how that worked out. I moved out of that house. That was it.
All right, so it's your testimony that you are not having sex with your ex-wife?
Yes.
All right, that's the bottom line. Well, there's your wife's side, There's the husband side and there's the ex-wife side, and she is here. Would you bring her in, Ron?
We'll go right up to the witness.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you state your name for the court record?
Najee Johnson.
All right. Ms. Johnson, can you tell me about your relationship with Mr. Johnson?
Well, I'm the first Mrs. Johnson, but happily no more.
Okay.
I'm the mother of his 3 children. We met in grade school, and
You met Mr. Johnson in grade school?
yes, ma'am.
You've known him basically all your life?
Pretty much.
Okay, all right. What ended your relationship with Mr. Johnson?
His infidelity, his disrespect. I didn't want to put up with it anymore, so I left.
So how do you explain the text messages that we looked at?
He sent those to me. He told me that basically he wanted to get back, and I told him I was happy. I didn't want anything to do with him and to leave me alone. I didn't want anything to do with him.
When were those messages sent to you?
March of last year, something like that, and then he sent some more later on, but I don't recollect it at this time.
Those messages are fake
No, they're not.
because she knows I was in a relationship.
And I didn't care. I'm happy. You don't see me? I'm happy. I'm over you. That is done. I don't want nothing else to do with you.
So,
Zero.
Mr. Johnson, we do this every day. And let me tell you, when they fake messages, it's like, I'm gonna swing you from the ceiling, and it's gonna be more information on your side. Like, I'm gonna do this to you. Yeah, I want you to do that to me.
What else you gonna do to me?
And then I'm gonna do this. And then then tomorrow I'm gonna do that to you.
Well, won't your wife be mad?
I don't care about her. I don't love her no more.
Oh, well, if you feel that way, come on over.
I'm coming.
All right, what time are you gonna be here?
I'm coming right now.
See?
That's what it looks
That's
like.
what a fake text message looks like.
It's not this.
Are you still thirsty for your ex-wife?
Not at all.
Look at you.
Nah.
Did you just say thirsty?
That's what it sounds like.
It does sound that way, and it does look that way from how she's presenting it, but she doesn't know anything about me. She don't know when I finish from this. She don't know
so
anything
full of
about
it.
me. No.
So, Ms. Johnson, do you believe
Same
that
text.
Mr. Johnson is cheating?
I honestly can't say, but I know what I put up with him. He cheated on me several times.
So why didn't you file divorce? Why didn't you
Because
file?
I'm busy at home with your children,
For 6
and I
months?
couldn't afford it.
So do you have any interest in Mr. Johnson?
Not at all. All I want is for our communication to get better with our children. We have very, very poor communication. I'm no longer the sugar mommy.
All right.
It's not
Thank
your
you, Ms.
choice.
Johnson.
What are you saying that for?
She needs to know your true nature. She
Okay.
needs to know how you truly are. I don't know.
I know for a fact.
Hold on. Ms. Jackson, when we started speaking with you, you said that you were not only worried about the other Mrs. Johnson, the first Mrs. Johnson, the ex-Mrs. Johnson, you also said that you believed he was with other women.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I also found messages on his phone of him, I guess, texting his homeboys. I have it right here.
Ron, would you get that, please?
And so these are things that you found going through his phone?
Yes.
Boy, it's this sexy, blank, thick, blank sitting next to me all over me right now. Damn, I want her.
Get her blank, bro. You scared blank?
And Mr. Johnson responds, already got her number.
So this is a text message you found in his phone.
Yep.
What did you say to him after you found this?
I asked him about that, and he said, I don't know how that got there.
So, it says you already got her number on here. Did you find out whether he got this woman's number?
Yes. I went through his phone, and there's a contact of him sending pictures of a white girl and him hugged up together to all his friends, telling them, this is a little thing I hit from time to time.
There's a little thing I hit time to time?
Yes, ma'am.
With this picture?
With that picture.
Uh-huh.
What is this?
Okay.
Okay, like, what is this? Oh, she asked to use my phone, but I thought your contact...
Hold on, Miss Jackson, because, he's standing here silent. I want to hear what he has to say, because we've already used his fake. We already used his exes out to get him. So I want to know, who is Boo Thing?
Well, I was on my way back from Detroit, going back to South Carolina, and a female asked me, can she use my phone? It wasn't like how it seemed like. It was, she used my phone, she brought it back to me. When she brought it back to me, the number that she used, she saved that picture and that name in the phone.
Okay, so here's where I'm gonna catch you. This is what you testified to. She asked to borrow my phone at the layover.
Yes.
She gave me my phone back.
Yes.
Then she said, let's take a picture. So, and you took the picture. But you said when she gave it back to you, boo thing was already on there because you didn't know that she had done that. Somebody sitting there taking a picture, loading it up to your phone, you sitting right there with them, you don't know what's going on. Is that what you're testifying to?
I see her.
I'm gonna ask the other Mrs. Johnson. Does this sound familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Why does it sound familiar?
He told me about a woman before that he would go meet up with and have intercourse. And that's when I officially told it was over.
So was this woman boo thing?
I don't know who she was, but it was occasional. His thing that he messed with occasionally, like he said.
Wow.
I know I'm not,
you know, this girl the other day, too.
So, Miss Jackson, you've been listening to all this. What's going through your mind?
I know if these results come back and it comes back as him, because I asked him over and over and over again, we gonna have a problem.
All right.
We gonna have a problem.
Well, Mr. Cutler, tell me what we got.
Well, I think we got a problem now.
Yeah,
You know,
I would agree with you wholeheartedly.
Ms. Jackson says we think we're gonna have a problem. I think we got a problem now.
We got a problem.
We found the hookup text in his phone where he says he succumbed to peer pressure and already got this girl's number.
Right.
So then we have the testimony of his ex-wife saying that this is consistent with his nature and his behavior.
Well, at this time, the court would like to call forensic voice analyst Guy Wolf to determine, is he cheating? Mr. Wolf, good day.
Good day to you, Your Honor.
How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How about you?
I'm great. So this forensic voice analysis, can you explain for the benefit of the litigants how this works?
Sure. When you speak, you have AM and FM frequencies in your voice, like on a radio. When you tell a lie, the FM frequency goes away. I can then look at the algorithms on my computer and I can determine where someone is being deceptive.
And this is involuntary. It's not something you can control.
Correct. It's controlled by the central nervous system.
It's not something you can hide, not something you can fake.
No, sir.
All right. Let's take a look at the first question you asked, Mr. Wolf.
Have you had physical sexual contact with the white woman you met on the bus and took a photo with?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
All right.
So we can scratch boot thing out.
Yeah, put a check in that box.
All right.
Nothing going on there.
Now, let's take a look at the next question you asked, Mr. Johnson.
Since you moved in together October 6th of 2018, have you had physical sexual contact with anyone other than Miss Lakeisha Jackson?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson?
I kissed the girl, the white girl.
The one on the bus?
Yes.
I don't even think it's her, and I don't even think it's a kiss. He's coming up with that because he's found guilty. It's something else. And
Wait.
somebody else.
And Mr. Johnson, you standing up here in this courtroom, you just dropped a bald face one. Because the first question was, have you had physical sexual contact with the white woman you met on the bus and took a photo? You said no.
And it says you were
And you were truthful.
So it ain't the white
girl. I
girl.
don't know who it is. That's why I said I don't know. I don't know what that would be. I don't do anything with anybody. I'm
Okay. You know what, Mr. Cutler? Because this right here About to make me say something. So go ahead.
Let's take a look at the next question you asked Mr. Johnson.
Since you moved in together with Lakeisha Jackson, October 6th of 2018, have you had sexual intercourse with your ex-wife, Miss Najee Johnson?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The forensic voice analysis determined that he was being deceptive, Your Honor.
What?
That's
How is
not
that
true.
possible?
There's
How is
no
that
way.
possible?
No way.
How is that
It's
possible?
You all were still married then, weren't you?
Not. Yeah.
What? Yeah. Yes.
We didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't
Okay.
have sex.
So this is not like
Well, not a long
far-fetched,
time
like
ago.
some woman, off the street. This
I
is
can't go to Detroit, Michigan, come back to South Carolina without her knowing.
Okay, you've been to Detroit since you've been.
I have. Have I ever seen you? Besides court,
No.
have I ever seen you?
I cut him off. He begged to come
Cheating?
home, and I told him, hell no.
This not making
Nope.
sense.
All right, Miss
It's not
Jackson,
making
what
sense.
is it that you want to do?
I don't know. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I love their kids. I love their kids, and I don't want to destroy that.
We all have to look after our kids. I mean, that is what we do as parents. But looking after your kids doesn't mean you forget about you as a person.
I know.
You deserve to be happy.
I gotta say, if in the first 2 months of a marriage you're here at couples court, if the first 2 months ain't good, 12 years from now is gonna be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You all have been together 2.5 years. You are engaged, and there is a 14-year age difference. Go, Miss Lockhart. Tell me why you have brought your fiancé here.
I brought him here today because I need to know if he's been cheating with younger women. And as you said, there's a 14-year age difference, and it's got.
Can't tell. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
But tell me what you think is going on.
I think he's been talking to other women.
Your Honor, that's not true. Really, I got interested in her because she's an older female. The younger females, they have nothing really to offer me. That's why I don't try to talk to them.
Are you cheating?
No, I'm not cheating. We're here basically because she's a female and she's just, naturally insecure. And when the results come back and after
Mr.
you
Kelly,
hear
you
my
gonna let
side
him
of the story, you'll find
say
out
all
that
women are insecure?
Well,
Are you gonna let him say that?
why, are you feeling insecure about that?
No, I want you to get him straight.
there's no objection there.
That's
I
my
mean,
point.
He ain't say nothing about it.
This is not about insecurities. Women have intuition.
Yes, we do.
So, Miss Lockhart, you tell me what your gut is telling you.
My gut is telling me that he's cheating.
So if you find out today that he's cheating, then what?
Our family is in a shambles right now. Our marriage is on hold. I'm not going to marry somebody that's consistently cheating on me. I need him to be consistently faithful.
Amen.
If he fails the tests, it's over. It's going to be hard because my kids are attached to him and we have our daughter, but I mean, I can't continue to go through
So
that.
literally your family is on the line depending on today's outcome.
It is. All right.
So, Mr. Rogers, are you out there looking?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm out there looking. I'm very sociable. I have a Facebook and I got a lot of followers. And, after you get a certain amount, they start paying you. So really, I'm trying to be sociable for money, but she doesn't look at it like that because I'm not making the money yet.
He's
So
got
you got
over
a ways to
4,000
go.
followers and 99.9% of them are women.
Okay, so it's strictly platonic with these other women.
Yeah, just to build my followers up.
Okay, but here's the deal. Studies show that 10% of affairs start with online, social media, Facebook, all
That's
those
how we
kinds
met.
of things.
Well, that's how the world works. I mean, everybody's online now. That's how.
She doesn't want to be part of those statistics. That's why she's eyeballing this 99% women. She's like,
And you said that's how you all met?
Yes.
So she's talking about what she know, not what she heard.
Okay, you were flirting with her on Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started talking.
Mr. Rogers, were you in search of a cougar?
Wait, what?
I wouldn't say I was in search of a cougar. I mean, I do prefer older females just because I don't think younger females can really do what I need them to do for me.
Okay,
Okay,
so
what
yeah.
is that? What does that look like?
I don't like cook or clean much. I like, female You know, I think it's more of a female job.
Okay.
So it's a woman's job to cook and clean?
Yeah.
You old school.
And be insecure.
And be insecure, yeah.
It's a little bit past old school. I've been calling it chauvinistic and a little sexist. I didn't know he was like that until like a few months down the road.
So you fell in love with him in spite of this behavior.
Yeah,
what was it that you fell in love
overlook.
with? What did you fall in love with?
The fact that he had patience. He has patience, and he's really a good man. He works. I mean, he's a good father.
Was he romantic at all?
Yeah, like our first date, we went to a seafood restaurant.
Oh.
And
I don't like seafood.
You don't like seafood?
No, he didn't, so that's one reason why.
Why'd you go to a seafood restaurant?
Because that's my favorite food.
Yeah, she likes seafood.
All right, so what do you love about her?
Just like everything. Her personality just pulled me in. She has a beautiful aura. Just, you know, looking at her just like, you know, I'm getting chills.
Well, it sounds like they were perfect for each other. Why in the world are we here today? Why do you think he's cheating?
He has dating sites I found through his email.
Do you have dating sites?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You know, when we was together, I was 23, and it was like a 14-year age difference. You know, I didn't have any kids. We have 5. She has 4, plus my one makes 5. So
but you specifically wanted an older woman, right? You said younger women didn't have anything to offer you.
Yeah, I did.
So,
yeah,
all right.
This is what I wanted.
But now this is a little more than just insecurity. This is you're on dating sites.
Yeah.
You have a dating. What does your dating profile say?
What does it say?
Yeah.
I don't recall what it said.
He actually admits to being in a relationship and looking for nothing serious.
You wrong, and you really wrong.
Yeah.
How would you feel if she had a dating site?
Oh, she can't.
She can have one?
No, she can't.
She cannot have one.
I'm also not supposed to have any male friends either.
She can have Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have to try to keep Judge Cutler from coming off this bench down there, because that's not...
I want to make sure that you understand that this stays here. This does not come home.
I can't bring that home?
None of that comes home with you. None of that.
Mr. Rogers, he may have some good points.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have any good points.
No, not a one. What other reasons do you believe that Mr. Rogers is cheating?
Okay, well, on one occasion, he was supposed to be taking his cousin to the hospital, and he didn't come back until about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. At that time, like, it got repetitive, the staying out late, the not answering the phone. So I didn't feel like arguing with him at that particular day. So I just left out. I was getting in my car, and there's cigarette butts, and I have proof of that as well. There's cigarette butts with lipstick on them in the ashtray. And I also found empty condom box on the passenger side.
Ron, would you please get that for us, please?
Thank you, ma'am.
And then I also...
Well, hold on.
Let us look at this.
Let's look at the cigarette butts first.
So you found these cigarette butts?
Yes, and I don't wear lipstick. Really.
Do you smoke?
I do, and those are not my brand.
There's a reasonable explanation for all that.
Oh,
right,
okay,
let's
bring
hear
it.
this.
Bring it.
Yeah, like I said, you know, it's not just me and her, it's me, her, and the kids. They're not cheap. So I had to basically take on a side job. So sometimes I find people that need drives, and they...
So you're driving people around to make money?
Yeah, and they feel more comfortable sitting up front with me because some of the people I do actually know, and they, you know, smoke cigarettes. I smoke in my car, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm smoking, don't smoke in my car, even though you see me smoking.
That's a lot of cigarette butts in the ashtray.
I mean, how long were you driving? Did you drive this person to Timbuktu? They got like 7 cigarettes here.
He was gone until 1 or 2 o'clock that morning.
There was chain smokers that made about $50 that night.
Yeah, it's an explanation. It's not reasonable. Okay, what about the condom box? Why was that there?
That wasn't even my size, to be honest with you. I don't know where she got those.
As he said, he doesn't like to spend too much money. So I guess you can just, those are cheaper.
Some things you can't be cheap with, and that's one of them.
You said the condom wasn't your size.
Yeah, that's not my size. I can't wear those, so.
So if it doesn't fit, we must have quit.
Yeah.
Why are they in his pocket?
So you have no explanation how those condoms got in your jeans?
I mean, she likes to play detective. Some detectives plant evidence.
Okay, Mr. Rogers, the neighborhood you're in doesn't make any sense. None.
Mr. Rogers, in addition to this love suit, you've also brought a lawsuit against Ms. Lockhart. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
What is your claim?
She broke my glasses.
What happened? How did she break your glasses?
I got pictures and evidence right here, the receipts and all that.
Okay, Ron, would you hand those to us, please?
It was, like I said, I was working with a family member. I was coming home late from work one day. And then basically the time I got inside the house, she was trying to like argue and fuss. I really wasn't trying to listen to that. So, I took my glasses off, put them down, and I was about to lay down and go to sleep. Next thing I know, I just hear her throwing glasses down in the crack. And I look down and see her saying, "Oh, now you won't be able to see no other females."
It was accidental, but when it happened, I did say that.
Okay. How did you accidentally break his glasses?
Well, I wear glasses too, and I didn't see exactly where they hit the floor at. So it was kind of camouflage, and like I said, it was an accident, but I did mean that comment.
I think she did it.
Yeah, right. You can't destroy other people's property. You can't stomp on people's glasses. And so, Mr. Rogers, you submitted a receipt for the amount of $151.39. Is that correct?
Yeah, if possible, I would see if I could get maybe an extra, maybe $200 for pain and suffering.
I wouldn't push my luck if I were you, Mr. Rogers.
I was just asking.
Yeah,
All
no.
right. So,
That's a no.
Because you damaged his property, and it appears that if it was at least not intentional, it was pretty close to intentional, we're going to rule in Mr. Rogers' favor on his counterclaim and award him the amount of $151.39 for the lawsuit.
Now we got to get back to the love suit.
Let's get back to this love suit. Mr. Rogers, because Ms. Lockhart had questions about your social media activity and your online activity, you were ordered to submit your tablet to the court for examination. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Gregory Evans into the courtroom?
Yes, Sean. Mr. Evans.
How are you, Mr. Evans?
Fine, and yourself?
All right, good to see you. Right. Now, Mr. Rogers submitted his tablet for examination. Is that correct?
You're correct, Your Honor.
So what, if anything, did you uncover on Mr. Rogers' tablet?
I found this message. In red is Mr. Rogers, and yellow is a young lady. I'm gonna be in Atlanta. Oh, what's going on in Atlanta? Nothing. Really wish you could come. Don't you have a girlfriend? I wouldn't bring you no drama.
Are you cheating?
I wasn't trying to do nothing with her. I was just, just making some friendly talk.
Ms. Lockhart, that look on your face means you're not really buying that.
Oh, no, let's see some more.
What else did you find, Mr. Evans?
According to our report, in the last 2 days, we found messages sent, received to and from 10 different women from a dating app he has been communicating with.
Oh, well, look at that.
We've even found one message he sent to a woman on a dating site 2 days ago from today. In that message, it said, "Hey, what's up? Like your pic, really caught my eye. I was just looking for a friend, maybe, more." She responds with, "Hi."
So when you say you're looking for maybe more, what maybe more are you looking for, Mr. Rogers?
A good associate.
A good associate, someone to cook and clean and
no, not
do all the womanly stuff?
No, that's not. I have
womanly stuff?
No,
I don't know for
that.
how much longer.
Miss Lockhart, can you tell me, and more importantly, tell him how you're feeling?
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you lying.
This is your time.
And it's not funny. And you seem to think this is funny, and it's not.
Do you see how hurt she is?
Yeah, I see.
Grow up.
I wasn't trying to hurt her.
But you came to court and said you weren't doing anything. If you keep looking, eventually you're gonna find somebody. And then what you're gonna do?
I would never take it that far.
She doesn't know that.
Miss Lockhart, do you believe that he has not been sexually involved with someone?
My gut's telling me yes.
All right. Well, in addition to our cybersecurity analysis, this court has also ordered a lie detector test for Mr. Rogers. And we have those results.
Ron, may I have those results? Thank you. Mr. Rogers, there was one question asked of you. Since August 2016, did you have sexual intercourse with anyone else other than Miss Lockhart? You said no. The polygraph determined that you were being truthful.
Are you happy to hear that answer?
Yeah.
Does it
I
get
am.
rid of all your concerns about Mr.
No. That on that screen, that has to stop.
So, Ms. Lockhart, am I hearing that you want to proceed on with your relationship?
We got a lot of work to do.
All right,
If
Mr. Rogers.
that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, like I said, it was just conversation. I was stupid for doing it, you know. I don't want her to feel like that or have to cry. You know, that's why I'm apologizing. Like I said, I never took it any further than that. All it was conversation.
Okay. You say you want an older woman. You want to be a grown man. This is it. This is what it looks like.
Moreover, this court is ordering you to take down every date app, date site, all dating profile effective within 24 hours of today. Yes. So it must be gone. Do you understand me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Am I clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to not make her jealous. You need to make other women jealous of how you treat her. That should be what you are trying to do. Can you do that?
Yeah, that's no problem.
It will pay off in a big way.